Hey guys, it's Andy, and today I'm going to talk about IELTS speaking, but more specifically, I'm going to talk about pronunciation. I got able to find this speaking test. There's a number of things involved, but pronunciation is probably the key here. But I noticed that lots of my friends and students do not really care about how to pronounce a word correctly. When they don't know how to say a word, they just kind of imitate, copy the way I speak it, and without knowing the proper pronunciation. And in the next speaking session, they totally forget about how to say the word and stick to the mispronunciation. The first thing that you want if you want to improve your speaking score is to check the dictionary for pronunciation. This is a very simple thing to do, but you guys are very lazy to even open the dictionary to check how to say the word. And also you need to make sure that you can understand every symbol in the international alphabet, international phonetic alphabet, so that you can pronounce a word correctly rather than just copy the way it's spoken. I have always been very proud of my speaking skill, but to be honest, I still need to check the dictionary very often so that I don't make a fool of myself saying the words wrong. And especially there's a lot of words that you think that you know how to say them, but you don't. Like vegetables, museums, literature, alcohol, something like that. So always check the dictionary just to make sure. Okay, so that is the first suggestion. The second one is about making English a part of your life. Some of my students don't really have good speaking skill, and when I asked them whether they listen or practice English at home or anywhere else, they said they didn't because they did not have the time nor the environment to practice English. Well, neither did I when I first studied the IELTS. Seriously, I did not have anybody to talk to in English. I did not have any foreign friends, something like that. But you cannot just blame the sluggish English for something that you do not even have. In fact, you have to create your own English-speaking environment. You know, when I was a student, I had a lot of time in my hand, so I downloaded several US TV shows and movies to watch at home, mostly comedies because I love to laugh. Also, I spent like crazy amount of time on YouTube watching celebrities, interviews, and talk shows. I listen very closely to the way they talk and the gesture and intonation, and so gradually I just grew to become more fluent, more natural in speaking. Sometimes I even try to remember my favorite lines from a TV show like The Big Bang Theory, Friends, and I say them aloud again in my head, trying to speak exactly like the actors at exact tones and pronunciation. Okay, now so I'm going to give you an example. These are some lines from The Big Bang Theory.
Do you guys mind if I start?
Penny, that's where I sit.
Sit next to me.
No, I sit there.
What's the difference?
What's the difference?
Here we go.
In the winter, that seat is close enough to the radiator to remain warm, and yet not so close as to cause perspiration. In the summer, it's directly in the path of a cross breeze created by opening windows there and there. It faces the television at an angle that is neither direct, thus discouraging conversation, nor so far wide as to create a parallax distortion. I could go on, but I think I've made my...
And now I'm going to try to copy exactly the way Sheldon speaks. Okay, here goes. In the winter, that city close enough to the radiator to remain warm, and yet not so close to cause perspiration. In the summer, it's directly in the path of a cross breeze created by opening windows there and there. It faces the television at an angle that is neither direct, thus discouraging conversation, nor so far wide as to create a parallax distortion. I could go on, but I think I made my point. Okay, so usually by repeating and copying the actors speaking, you can learn so many things. When you are listing a number of items and you haven't finished, you can voice just go up, go up, go up like this, and down at the final item. So good tries at home is very useful, but do not let anybody see it because they think you're crazy. Okay, so basically that's enough for today. You can not just improve your speaking if you just speak your mother tongue 24/7. You need to integrate English into your daily life. Watch more movies, TV shows, interviews, TED Talks, anything, basically everything in English, and try to copy exactly the pronunciation, the intonation, and even the gestures. Do all of these for every day for at least 30 minutes. You need to create your own English speaking environment. Otherwise, I just don't see any way around to improve the speaking IELTS. Okay, so that is the end of my video, and for the next session, I'm going to talk about vocabulary, but today that is. Thank you very much. Goodbye.